Okay, what are you doing? Let's look. Here we go. Malka. You see yourself? Come closer. There we go. Say hello. You see? What do you see?
You and me.
Oh, I know that, but I mean in the face, in the features, in the neshama, what do you see?
The same face.
You see the same face?
I need to know it.
Speak in English for everybody who's watching. Not for everybody. We're making a videotape, and we can put it up on the internet whenever we want to. Malka.
Was? What does it change?
It doesn't matter. You're cuter this way. So, we were talking about Daddy.
Yeah.
And you asked me how long... You asked me where he is. And I said, I don't know. And you said, how long was he gone? And I said, 20 years. You asked me if he was a nice man. And I said, yes, he was a nice man. And he was kind of distant.
He was?
Yeah, so I don't really... I'm going to put this a little further back. So I don't feel like... Mommy, stop fixing your hair. Ma.
I thought.
Just stop fixing your hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, listen. All right. Mom, come in the camera and stop fixing your hair. Okay. So I said he was distant, and you said, what do you mean, like standoffish? You said like standoffish, like a big shot? And I said, no, not like a big shot. And you said, like what? And I said, this is a very good question. And that's when I decided to put on the camera so we can, it feels like an important conversation. Listen, Ma, are you looking at me at all, or are you just looking at yourself? Marlene.
Yeah.
Are you looking at me at all, or just you?
Yeah, I look at you.
You look at me? Okay. I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at myself. What do you want? Okay, so let's talk about David Kempner. You can come in if you want. David Kempner, my father, the man that you had me with.
Now or then? Huh?
Then.
Then?
Now in this picture or then?
No, today. No, Daddy. We haven't seen Daddy in 20 years.
Daddy's gone 20 years.
Correct.
Where did he die? Florida or New York?
New York. Okay. But I question death, so let's go back to that later. Marlene.
Yeah.
She's completely mesmerized by
Yeah, she's looking at herself.
She's so mesmerized.
She's like, what the hell?
I just blew her mind. This is not Facebook Live. This is just recording on my phone. But I blew her mind by saying that you can, whenever you feel like it, you can broadcast to the world. And she said, you have such a device? And I said, yes. She says, how do you come to have such a device? I said, everybody has such a device. Not everybody, but, you know, a huge percentage of the world has a device in their hand to be able to broadcast anytime they want. And she said, "You're kidding me." And I said, "No, while you've been sleeping, technology has marched
Heard that.
has marched along. And in this day and age, you can talk to the whole world whenever you feel like it. How do you like that?"
To the dead people too.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, because it's all vibration. It's all energy. So whoever you want to talk to, you can talk to. Who do you want to talk to?
Let's talk to Daddy.
Okay, let's talk to Daddy. So,
And Daddy's gone 20 years. What month?
January.
In
So
New York?
next month will be 20 years.
In New York?
Mm-hmm.
He was sick?
No, you and Daddy were about to get on an airplane to go to Florida for the winter, and he collapsed in the bathroom, and the taxi came to take you to the airport, and instead you had them take you to the hospital.
In Florida?
No, in New York. You were just before you were going to get on the plane for Florida for the winter.
So I went with the dead body to Florida?
No.
Why would you do that?
What are you laughing?
Because who's gonna go with a dead body to Florida?
What
for?
Your cemetery is in New York. What are you going to go to Florida for? Anyway, come back in the camera. Don't go out of the camera.
Yes, so funny, Tess.
Why?
You're just funny, that's all.
Why?
Give me back my teeth.
No, you're better without them.
Phui.
Give me back my teeth.
No, nobody took your teeth. But anyway, listen to me. So Daddy died before you were going to go to Florida for the winter. But what's interesting is my father was afraid of flying.
He died at home.
He didn't die at home. He collapsed at home. And you took him in the same taxi that was coming to take you to the airport. You took him to the hospital.
What hospital? Presbyterian?
No, I can't remember the name of the hospital on Woodhaven, and where Woodhaven Boulevard and Queens Boulevard came together. St. John's.
Oh.
And he was supposed to come home, and before you went to pick him up to come home, he died of pneumonia. Because when they took him into the emergency room, they left him on the gurney just inside the door in January in New York, just inside the sliding door, emergency room door that kept opening, and he was wet, you know.
Oh dear.
So anyway, Daddy died of pneumonia at St. John's Hospital in January of 1998. And
so what did I do with the body?
Undertakers come and take the body. The mortician and the undertaker from the funeral home comes to take the body.
From Queens Boulevard?
Parkside. This is the first time that we're ever having this conversation.
What?
This is the first time that we're ever having this conversation.
Really? And this was January?
Yes. That's next month.
So what year?
What year what? Did it happen? 1998. But anyway, so you were asking me about his personality. He could be very funny. You could tell You could tell that he was warm.
Jokes?
Yeah, he told jokes, but you could tell that he was warm and had a kind heart. And he was to himself.
Was he only son?
Well, he lost a brother. He lost a brother. He lost a brother very young to typhoid.
So he was alone
So he was alone
with his parents.
with his parents. Yeah.
You knew his parents?
No.
Did I know them?
No.
So he was by himself?
Do me a favor. Could you put the dogs outside or just
Yeah, I
Joey?
was just gonna.
It's
ask
impossible.
him. I know. Okay,
What?
outside. Outside. Come on.
What are you
What's
talking
up?
about?
I'm asking her to let the dogs be outside because they're too active and it's disruptive and probably it doesn't sound very good on this video that we're recording. Anyway, Ma, stop. 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 You're beautiful. Okay, stop. Stop futzing. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Anyway, I would say that Daddy was very hurt.
Very what?
Hurt.
Very
Hurt.
hurt. Being alive?
Yeah, I think that he was carrying a lot of hurt in his heart, which made him protecting himself. So he wasn't very emotionally involved with
With nobody.
he was by himself. He was in the house, but he was by himself basically. He was alone. You know what I mean? And you
He was sick?
you also were like that. You were both like that.
You
You were both that way.
I was that way too.
Both of you, yeah.
And you were home?
Yeah, I mean, Irv, I was an only child basically because Irv left for college when I was 7. And then he got married, so he never came back to live in the house.
I remarried?
Irv got married right out of college and never came back home to live. So from the age of 7, I was alone with you and Daddy.
Where did we live?
We lived first in Manhattan. First in Manhattan. Manhattan. And then in Rego Park. What?
Where in Manhattan?
162nd and Riverside.
Outside.
What are you thinking about?
If I can remember.
But yeah, that's a big, it's a big realization for me right now.
What?
That both of you were isolated in your pain. Even though you had each other.
We were isolated in ourselves.
In your own pain.
So we weren't happy. And it shows visibly.
I would say it showed to me. I don't know about anybody else, but
You didn't make us happy.
It was hard for me to tell. I couldn't tell very much.
I didn't show you love.
Not deep. Not deep.
How could I not show you love? I called you after my mother.
There you go.
Hmm?
That's how. That's
I
exactly.
should have loved you double.
No, you didn't see me. You didn't see me. You dreamed of your mother. Oh my God, Sasha, this is.
How
Do
could
you hear
you
this?
realize that?
How could I realize that?
Everybody loved you.
Were you really affectionate?
Somewhat.
Also,
She's asking if you were affectionate. I said somewhat.
I wasn't affectionate.
Somewhat. You were both somewhat affectionate.
I was a very affectionate person. But you didn't see it.
What I saw were two preoccupied,
Individuals.
silently grieving, proud people, decent people, beautiful people who were devastated on the inside, but did the very best that they could to show up in the world with class and
Dignity.
With the children.
and morals and values and self-respect. A proud family, a proud people. Principled, highly principled people.
You were so young, how can you
Well, she can see it now.
verbalize this?
She couldn't then.
I don't know if I could have put it into words then, but I could see it. Now I can speak it. I never said these things I don't think I've said these things. Things similar, but I don't think I've said these things. So, but the point, you appeared decent and attractive, like a noble family that people should look at and feel good about in that way, I would say.
How
But
could you tell this?
Intuition. Observing.
listen, I go to school. I go to friends' houses. I watch TV. I go to the movies. I go to see shows in the theater. I see happiness. I see playfulness. I see laughter. I see family communication. I didn't experience any of that.
I didn't have the sisters and the brother.
You had one sister, Frances, and she also was unhappy. I looked at 3 unhappy people. That's who I looked at. And I didn't see people look at me and get happy. Frances got happy when she looked at me, not your daddy.
Frances was happy with you.
When my aunt would look at me, she loved me so much. You were such an amazing person. You know, she could see me.
You did not see love in me?
No. Mm-mm. No.
How could it be?
I feel like you loved me like a doll. You loved me like a something.
Teddy bear.
Something that God gave you for you, and something that you could name after your mother. And when you look at her and you say that name, you feel love. But I never felt like you saw me. I never felt like Daddy saw me. I felt invisible. I felt like God gave you a gift, and all you could do was grieve what you lost. And you were frozen. You and Daddy were frozen in sorrow and bad memories, and not capable of really allowing yourselves to look at.
You remember people admired how I took
people
care
admired
of you in the carriage.
Right, but that's different, Ma. That's a doll. That's a doll. I was, dressed perfectly
Like
and
a conversation piece.
gorgeous. Like a perfect Gerber baby, But the point that I'm making is, I understood.
When you went in kindergarten, you became president the first day you went to school.
Exactly.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What's that?
So when my mother came to pick me up at the end of kindergarten, and they're calling for her. She thought, what did she do the first day of school? What kind of trouble did she get into? We want to congratulate you. Your daughter was named president of the class.
What did you say?
I told her the story in kindergarten when I was named president.
I think I sent you first to yeshiva, but you weren't happy. Is that so?
Well, it wasn't just that I wasn't happy. We also moved from Manhattan to Queens.
Oh.
And there was a school right across the street.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I understood, even though it hurt me. And it hurt me, not just that it hurts, but it hurt me in the world, because your relationship with the world comes from your relationship with your parents and your immediate
Like
family.
what?
Your relationship with the world comes from your relationship with your parents. The way you feel you're treated by your parents gets magnified in the world. So, I know it's hard, but listen to me. I understood. You see, what I understood is this. The pain in your heart hurt so much for you and Daddy. What you lost and what you saw. You couldn't really allow yourself to love again, because God forbid that one is taken from you. So it's easier to protect the heart and love less, love with some distance. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'll try so. Do you have a tissue?
Would you? Thank you.
Oi!
It's hard. But so consequently, I have in my life overgiven. I have worked too hard to get love. What?
I don't see anyone napkin.
No, I don't see more. Give her tissues from her room or something.
She didn't have any tissue in the room either.
Then toilet paper or whatever in the bathroom. Do you hear what I'm saying?
I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Do you know the story about the nurse telling you, don't worry, Mrs. Kempner, you're going to have a daughter who's going to make up to you for everything you've been through? You remember that story?
Sort of. Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, let's see, guys.
it took me most of my life to realize that just by existing, what she meant, listen,
I'm listening.
you have to look at me. Just by existing, Irv and I make up for everything you went through. And in that respect, we should feel more important to you than everybody else that you lost. Because
And you are not?
we don't feel so.
How
Ma,
yeah.
I'm telling you how my heart hurts.
Yeah, of course. You have the right to feel the way you feel.
Well, it doesn't feel this good. This doesn't feel good, this feeling.
Hmm?
This is not a good feeling.
So you did not feel love enough? You're kidding.
No. I don't think I've ever felt love enough in my entire life.
Hmm?
I don't think I've ever felt love enough in my entire life.
And why is that?
If you're going to talk for a few more minutes, would you mind if I went to the quick shower? I'm very hot. and
Oh,
sticky.
go ahead.
What did you say?
She wants to take a shower.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is because when a person is hurt, they don't attract
The right people.
They attract people that they're used to that are going to hurt them too. So that's what I've done. I've attracted people who haven't really been able to see me, who haven't been able to let themselves love me.
What do you mean? What were the people?
Huh?
What were these people? Who were those people?
Well, anyone, the people that I've been in relationship with, involved with, career-wise, I've been very unseen. I have felt very unseen in the world.
Why?
Very invisible.
Why?
Because I walk around with a lot of hurt in my heart that I haven't known how to heal. And it's not attractive. It's repelling. That energy is not attractive.
We didn't have around us relatives in New Jersey, yeah?
Yeah, we had some relatives in New Jersey.
Hmm?
We had some relatives in New Jersey, but that, we didn't have a car and we didn't see them very much. But even still, listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Being your daughter is like you are Judy Garland and I'm Liza Minnelli. What's funny?
The comparison.
Well, it kind of feels like that.
So, you did not feel important?
No.
How about at school? You didn't have friends?
I had some friends.
That weren't especially nice to you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ma, do you know that I love you?
Hmm?
Do you know that I actually love you anyway?
Thank you. And do you know how much I love you?
More now than I have in my life. More now.
I was worn out and didn't have any relatives around me, did I?
Not really. Cousin Judy.
Hmm?
Cousin Judy you loved when you got to see her.
She lived near us?
For a little while, when we first met them, they lived in Flushing. Before they moved to New Jersey. I had a conversation with Judy a couple of weeks ago. So did you. But before I gave you the phone, I had a conversation with her. And she said to me, from the conversation, I really never realized